580KIDO.com. We'll share those results with you coming up. Joining us now, Brian Watson, the CEO and founder of Northstar Commercial Partners, a public policy expert in economics, job creation, and growing businesses. Mr. Watson, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me on your show today.
Well, you ever been to Idaho?
You know, it's funny you say that. I actually helped your economy just this last autumn. I was up there on an elk hunting trip, and hearing the advertisement on the radio about the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation reminded me of that, but had a phenomenal elk hunt and a bison hunt in your great state, and absolutely loved it up there.
Did you get anything?
I did. I got the biggest elk I've ever gotten before in my life, and got to do that with my 11-year-old son by my side, and also got a bison, and enjoying that on a weekly basis in our freezer.
There you have it. You're a true fiscal conservative there. You know, as someone who monitors the economy, creates jobs, how are we doing? Let's just get beyond the spin of the unemployment numbers. How are we doing?
Well, it depends on who you talk to, like anything. You know, Idaho specifically, you're helping to lead the country with your 3.7% unemployment rate. That dropped a full percent just since August of last year. You look at Colorado, where I'm at right now, and the unemployment rate is now 4%, which is the biggest drop in the U.S. In 2014. So in many respects, it's very, very positive, and some good things are happening. Wages are increasing. People have more options for employment. But there's an underlying current as well when you really peel back the layers of the onion a little bit. And, you know, there's a lot of people still unemployed or underemployed. 9 million Americans are still unemployed, which is about 1 in 10 Americans are considered unemployed or underemployed right now.
And yet we, you know, you have the U3 numbers, the U6 numbers, you have people opting out. Has that been accurately reported by the media?
Well, again, I think it depends on who's reporting, you know, at the end of the day. I mean, the federal government's going to sing their praises and say it's all about their policies and things that have been going on. There's others who would say, you know what, there's a large segment of the society that has just given up, and again, is underemployed. So I would say it's a little bit in between, at the end of the day. I'm still concerned about those who want to work, who can't get those good opportunities. Places like Idaho and Colorado, though, you know, there's a lot of opportunity in states like that that have, you know, created environments that are positive for business growth and getting government off the back of these businesses so they can go out and do great things. Well,
and that's the thing I think that concerns us. Have we ever seen a place in American history where the stock market blows up, but still the real wage jobs haven't gone up? You know, we have people working for more, getting paid less.
Well, sadly, I think that the, you know, chasm, shall we say, between those on Wall Street and, you know, making a tremendous amount of money, and then there's Main Street, that is still struggling. You know, I own commercial real estate, throughout America. Our focus is to buy vacant buildings and create jobs and opportunity for people at Northstar. And, you know, there are some places around the country that, you know, they are definitely not enjoying these high prices and the impact of Wall Street and what's going on. And so we need to make sure that we're bringing jobs and opportunity to all of those communities because it's really the backbone of America. And I don't think that, you know, it's unfortunate to see that divide growing and growing as time goes on.
Mr. Watson, if that divide continues to expand, what does that mean for the larger economic future of most Americans?
Well, you know, I do believe that high tides raise all boats, and so I think that the more opportunity we can provide for our citizens, you know, everyone will benefit. But I do think that there's an element in society which really saddens me, frankly, that there's people that are in the business of creating these divides, you know, whether it be, you know, economic divides, whether it be racial divides, et cetera. And to me, you know, we're all Americans. And one of the great things about America is that we're a hardworking people and we're a creative people. And I think that we need to focus more on the individuals and creating those opportunities so they can go achieve their dreams. And sadly, I believe that our government is beginning to take a different role in society, which is only helping to increase those divides among people versus uniting them and providing a path for them to move forward.
Let's talk about the Opportunity Coalition, a nonprofit organization for business leaders and entrepreneurs to collaborate and grow Colorado's economy. Could that be a model you'd use in places like Idaho and across the country?
Absolutely, and we're actually thinking about that right now. I founded that organization a little over a year and a half ago, and we bring in speakers once a month who share their golden nuggets of wisdom, and whether they be from business or entrepreneurs, politics, academia, whatever it might be, people come in and they get to listen to them and see how those ideas might apply to their own business or initiatives that they're trying to put forth. I also interview a couple of people a week from around the country who are doing just some great things, and all of that can be found at theopportunitycoalition.com or on iTunes, and those are all free, and people can go on and listen to those interviews and listen to the videos. So whether you're in Idaho or California or anywhere else, you can have access to the Opportunity Coalition and what we're doing here, and we're also looking forward to maybe expanding it around the country as well.
What do you think the future is, the big growth industry? Because a lot of kids are paying a lot in college loans, the student debt bubbles, they call it. You have people in their 60s still paying. They paid off their house, but they haven't paid off their student loans. So you have all these folks getting an education, but looking for that ROI.
Well, there's many who believe that going to a traditional college may not be worth it anymore. I mean, you think about it with your, smartphone that you have in your hand. You have all the information at your fingertips that you may want to access. The question is, how are you applying it? So I know a lot of people are focusing on, different types of degrees. I think a lot of vocational training and different job skills that are really needed. So I don't think necessarily the path to success is just going off to college. I think it's making sure you have a good foundation of getting your primary education, potentially going on to vocational training or looking at some of these other programs. But, some of these colleges, what they're charging these days, you're right. I mean, it absolutely burdens these students with debt that they're working to pay off for the rest of their many years, and it's really problematic.
Mr. Watson, final thought for people that are small business folks today, and that's such a misnomer, small business. I mean, it doesn't matter if you have one employee, 5 or 100, you're driving the economy. What advice, what inspiration would you give them?
My biggest advice would be is to follow your dreams. I mean, everybody has a dream and wants to go out and accomplish something, and, there's all these naysayers out there of why you can't do things. And my recommendation is to figure out, what you love doing and then go pursue it. And when you do that, I believe you don't work another day in your life, because obviously with your show, did some research on you, you love what you do and you're having an amazing impact. And so whatever that is for somebody out there, find out what it is and go pursue that dream. And if nothing else, at least you tried. And at least for me, in my days, I want to, know that at least I tried to make a positive impact. And I think if people go out and do that, some great things will happen for them.
OpportunityCoalition.com. Mr. Watson, we'd love to have you back.
I'd be honored to do so.
Take care, sir.
Thank you.
There you have it. Brian Watson joining us here talking about the economy